Is that Dana? It's been a minute, so it's going to take a minute for everybody to come in. Hey, Miss LaWanda, but Miss LaWanda said, let me in this door. Miss LaWanda busted up in the door and said, it said, let me send 10 floaty heart jewels. Thank you, baby. Hi, Miss LaWanda, darling. I have missed you guys so much. And Tater, I see you, Tater Boo. Happy Friday. Yes, thank you. Same to you, girl. I missed you guys. So I said, let me get in here. Hey, Tony Lawson. Hey, Princess Strickland. Hey, Danelle Boo. Hey, Dana Boo. Hey, Yo busted up. Boom. Let me come up in here. Yes, thank you, my darling. And Yo too, she sent some flowers. Yeah, I got to start off the month, y'all. Look at my pones. That's what my grandma used to call them. Them is pones, y'all. And my voice has come back. It's still, you can still hear the raspiness in it. Y'all, I had an ordeal. And it really scared Miss April. It scared me. Let me fix my thing. Hold on. It made me do better. That's what it did. You understand? And I'm gonna change my title. I gotta dye my hair. I'm gonna change my title when I get a moment. Um, God will give us warnings in our physical and things like that, or not. It's not so much a war. Yeah, it's like a warning to do better. You understand? And that happens with the physical body as well. Miss April has to realize that at the age of 64, I can no longer eat and do the things that a teenager does. And that's how I've been living my life for a long time. Not wanting to change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's what I like, I'm going to eat it. Those kind of things. But I had such a scare last week. And you guys tell me every now and again, somebody in the chat will say, Miss April, you can't keep eating the sweet potato pie. Like I had to leave that sweet potato pie alone. Remember I told y'all? And so this trip, this time around, I'm changing my eating habits. Fruits, vegetables. The last week, I have not eaten any fried foods. Because I'm the type that if I want it, I'm going to do it. That's Miss April. But this last thing that happened to me gave me such a reality wake-up call. Like, what part of this don't you understand, Miss Lady? And my sister always tells me, you got to change these things, April. And I'll be like, yeah, I know, okay. But anyway, I'll tell you guys when I'm done greeting everybody. I'm going to be very transparent. I don't care what the demons, and they ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They just the audacity of people to come on here and think that they have a say in how somebody's physical body. I don't care if you do voodoo, hoodoo, woo-doo, what do. You ain't doing nothing. Okay? Look at Miss April. You're not doing nothing. And nobody greater than God, honey. Nobody is greater than God. You understand? The enemy, the devil, will throw a lot of smoke screens and make it look as if that's what it is. Remember, guys, the devil is a liar and the father of them. He's the father of lies. That's what it says in the Word of God. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna type in the father of lies. Let's see what it says. Okay, it took me straight to the biblical. It says the father of lies is a biblical title for Satan or the devil, referring to his origin and nature as the ultimate deceiver and the originator of falsehoods. Okay? The phrase comes from John 8, chapter 8, the 44th verse, where Jesus states that when the devil lies, he speaks from his own character because he is a liar and the father of lies. So let's nip that in the bud right now. Where anybody's concerned, where Roz is concerned, it ain't got enough. People wish they could be so powerful. That boomerang thing is the boomerang. Y'all know what a boomerang do, right? Just hold your seats. Everybody gets a turn. But it's what you're standing on, who you know, and what way you're going in life that determines how you get through what comes down the pike. Okay. All right, guys, let me get back in the chat. Yo, I love you, girl. We got to do this thing. Yo, what's tomorrow? Listen, boo, and I mean this. I'm going to say it on here. And I will be a woman of my word unless something changes. If you understand, if you want to do it tomorrow, darling, we can do it tomorrow. Okay? I'll come on StreamYard. Matter of fact, I'm going to come StreamYard tomorrow. That's what Miss April's going to do. That's my word. Okay, but I'm going to let you guys know what went down, okay? Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. And I haven't been on here in a while, so I know I'm not in the algorithm. Princess Strickland, hey, beautiful. Tony Lawson, I see you, darling. I see you guys. Nikki G's in the building. D-size, doing it for 5 weeks, and I see and feel a difference. Okay, baby, I hear you. I hear that. Yeah, that boomerang, Miss LaWanda, I've been watching. I've been watching what's going on and things like that. Trying to see the spelling on the small phone. D-size, that's good. And I thank God D-size said fried foods and carbonated drink balance. I hear you on that. Carbonated drink. Now that's something. I love my soda. And I know it's progress, not perfection. But at the same time, what happened to me was so traumatic to me. And when I found out what was happening, that made me say I have to make a change in my lifestyle. Like I was telling you guys, Miss April does do a lot of inward work, on trying to be the best person that she can be. I'm still a fleshly human being, of course, but I do strive for that. But when it comes to my own personal physical, I've been eating a certain way. I've been eating what I want, when I want. You understand? My mentality, the realization that at the age of 64, you have to change because things are happening in your body that are letting you know you need to change. You understand? So I'm open for suggestions. I'm open for people. And people have told me this. You guys have said things. Miss April, you can't keep eating them things. Granny said it. Dana, I remember Dana she says, April, sis, you got that sweet potato pie, honey. And when she said that, I knew it was a sweet potato pie. And I left it alone. Miss Dana Bland, I have not had a piece of sweet potato pie since that situation happened. So sometimes it only take one time for Miss April. But okay, I'm going to get into what I want to talk to you guys about because, and I'll greet you guys as I come in. I want to look this up too. B-E. The definition of believe. Okay. Last week, guys, I woke up and I was dizzy. Now, I've been dizzy before, but never quite like that. It felt weird. So I got up and I was moving around, and And usually if I get up too fast, I'll get dizzy. Well, this time it didn't go away. Like I got up, kind of staggered to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Ooh, this is strange." So then I started feeling nauseous. I said, "Oh, wait now." I'm knowing something's wrong in my spirit. I know it. So my mind started gearing toward, if it gets any worse, and this is all in the course of a half hour. If it gets any worse, you're going to go to the ER because this is weird. And those are two symptoms that are not good, not dizziness and vomiting. So I got dressed and I called my daughter. I texted my daughter, and then she called me. So I was like, I don't know, I might need to, this is weird. And she was asking me questions, and we're typing back and forth. Hey, Blessed Dynasty. So next thing I know, I had to vomit. So I go in the bathroom, and I have not thrown up in years, guys. And that scared me, and it wasn't food. I was like, that's weird. It was bile. So I said, I told my daughter, I called her. I said, I'm going to the ER because the dizziness is not going away. It wasn't the dizziness to where I couldn't see, like, vertigo, where the room is spinning. It wasn't that intense, but it was there and it wouldn't go away. So I got in my car, drove, and the emergency room is not far from my home, thank God. I wouldn't have got in my car if I was incapacitated, guys. You understand? But I could see I was okay to drive. So I get there, and I told them it was packed. They said COVID is right back up there on the rise, the rhinovirus, all those things. And so when I went there and I seen all the cars, I said, Jesus, oh, God, I'm going to have to be in here a long time. Okay? And I'm going to get back in the chat in a minute. I just want to hurry up and tell you the story of what happened. And I had debated whether I was going to share it or not. And I said yes, because it could help somebody. My channel is a channel of transparency. It helped me. Okay? So I get there. Now, my daughter's, we're conversating and talking back and forth. And I told her I'll let her. Matter of fact, she was on the phone when I got there. As soon as I went up there and told them the symptoms, they took me right back. I said, oh, Lord, oh. Because I knew it was, I said, this is it. It's the big one, Elizabeth. Jesus have mercy, Godfather. But I was cool. Okay? So I get back there. I love the nurses and the doctors are just wonderful. So the nurse comes, the doctor, I guess they immediately told her to start doing some stuff. They hooked me right up to the EKG to check my heart, because that, of course. So they put all that stuff on there, boom. That was enough. That was good. They said, your heart's okay. That's a good thing. So then she did a swab, the nasal swabs for COVID, what's that, RSV, and the flu, for all those sicknesses. She did the little things that came back negative. Now while they're breaking it down, so they immediately, my blood pressure was high, but they immediately, not immediately, they hooked me up to, I told them I need one of them little vomit bags because I felt like I was going to throw up. So they right away gave me dizzy medicine. Now, mind you guys, I didn't even brush my teeth. I didn't eat anything. So now I'm sitting there like just, and I asked her, I said, sweetie, I didn't brush my teeth. Could you please give me a toothbrush and toothpaste, please? So she did, and I brushed my teeth. So then the doctor came in, and he said, we're going to run this test, we're going to run that test, we're going to run this test. The whole works. He said, be patient with me. We're going to take blood work. We're going to do everything. They gave me a head scan. They gave me a MRI. They gave me an abdominal. When he pressed on my abdomen, guys, it was tender. I said, oh, yeah, that kind of feels weird. So they did a test. So but it was so packed in there, they hooked me up to an IV and took me back out in the waiting room so they can, check other people in. And then they brought me back. But before I went out to the waiting room, they gave me a medicine for dizziness, not for vomiting, for dizziness. So I'm just going with the flow and everything. I'm cool. So then finally they said, okay, Miss April, we're going to bring you back to the back. They put me in this room, guys. All of a sudden, about a half hour in, while I'm sitting there, I get violently dizzy and violently nauseous. So my daughter just happened to be on the phone, and those little puke bag thingies. I started throwing up uncontrollably, couldn't stop it. And when I tell you it was the most, I was like, when I tell you Miss April was a drama queen, I was like, after about, when I seen, my daughter heard it. So she just happened to be off of work that day. So she doesn't live far from me. So she got right in her car when she heard me, and she heard me say, help me. She flew down to the hospital, right? Because I don't throw up. So when I throw up, it's like trying to stop it, and I couldn't stop it. And I'm like, what is happening here? And why is this? What happened was, when they gave me the dizzy medicine, I didn't have anything on my stomach. My stomach is like kind of can't take medication like that. So everybody, I think all the people in the ER were at lunch, except for the one little girl. And I'm like, throwing up so loud and crazy. And I'm like, help me. And so the little girl comes back. She says, we're going to give you some more Zofran, which is an anti-throw-up medicine. I said, Jeanette, you haven't given me any of that. I have not taken Zofran. That scared me, because I'm like, she don't know what's going on. So I calmed myself down. After I stopped throwing up, I was like, whew, that was crazy. So what I realized was I took it once I got back in my right mind. It's because I don't throw up, and it was magnified. So everything went away right again. So thank you, Miss LaWanda, for being, I'm glad I am, baby. God is good, honey. Miss LaWanda, this thing, what it did for me was it let me know that I have to change. It's like, I'm almost like I'm one of those hardhead people. If it's not bothering me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to eat the lemon pepper tenders every other day. It ain't funny, but I'm laughing now. None of it was funny, but I can laugh about it now because I can see, how you look back and why everything transpired. So I'm getting to what was the problem. Okay, so finally that passed. Then about 5 minutes later, my daughter was there. My daughter started dishing orders. She said, I was laid on the thing and she said, why are you laying like that? I said, I don't know. So she goes and says, can she have a blanket? Can I get a blanket for my mama? And then she was like, and that's when they started coming, working. And so the nurse come in that was working on me, and she said, we're going to give you the Zofran right now. I said, yeah. She said I had Zofran and I didn't. And I said, why did I get dizzy like that? It wasn't like that before when I came here. I said, it's getting worse. She said, it's because we gave you the dizzy medicine, and one of the side effects is nausea if you don't eat on it. Okay, so that's why that happened, and it made me more worse. So once they did the MRI the whatever it was on my abdomen, I was constipated. No blockage, thank you God, because this has happened to people to where they've had to have their intestines removed, they don't even know it's a problem. So guys, if you're not going regularly, I thought every 2-3 days was good, you understand? And here was my thinking, guys, because Miss April doesn't eat a lot. I don't eat a lot of food at one time, you understand? But so I figure that's why I wasn't having any abdominal pain or symptoms or anything. So what the doctor explained to me, they gave me one of them bottles. Y'all know the bottles that make you go boom. And I know I'm being, but I just, so this maybe can help someone. Don't do what Miss April did. Okay, guys, please don't do it. If you're not going regularly, go get checked for real, or get you some Miralax, get that stuff to working. They said when you get my age or older, your intestines don't work. They work slowly, more slower. Okay, they're not like like my grandkids could eat all that stuff, fast food and all that stuff, and they good. You understand? But when you get older, like I'm gonna get in the chat after this. When you get older, everything slows down. So he says you need to go. You understand? He says, and you should feel better after that. So of course I come home and I'm still worried. I was still worried because I thought it was my ear. And they said vertigo what happens with vertigo, guys? I don't know. Some people maybe know this. I learned so much. Certain infections or viruses will cause you to have vertigo. You understand? It will bring it on. It will bring that dizziness on. I didn't know that. My daughter said she had vertigo one time, and some people suffer with it on a regular, and I could not imagine. If anybody on here has went through the vertigo thing, I pray for you, because that is one of the worst feelings I have ever experienced in my life. And I pray could you imagine being dizzy on a regular basis? How can you live? You can't even think, see, or anything, So I got that taken care of. But what happened was, because when I threw up that in the hospital like that, it was so forceful, it hurt my larynx or whatever, esophagus, because I was so like, ugh, because I don't throw up. And I can remember, even when I would throw up, which is, I haven't thrown up in years, oddly enough, isn't that weird? For nothing, no sickness, no nothing. So, and even when I would throw up back in the day, I would try to stop it. You know how you your gag reflex will try to stop you from throwing up, but sometimes it'll come. I usually can, handle it, but not with that. So that's what happened, guys. So then I had to I didn't even know I was hoarse. Wait, I didn't even know I couldn't talk. I told y'all I don't talk a lot, right? When I'm not on here, except to my daughter and John, my family. So I called my daughter. No, my daughter called me the next morning, and I got on there and I was like, hello. And I was like, oh my God, I can't talk. She was like, oh my God, Mom. I had no voice, y'all. So my voice, you could still hear it, but it's back. So I thank God. Having said all that, guys, Miss April is changing her eating habits, the way I eat. That happened early in the week. I think it was Sunday or Monday that it happened. I have not eaten not one piece of fried anything. All I've been eating is vegetables, fruits, oatmeal, even my soda intake. I got those little cans. I may have drank 2 since then. Thank you, Nikki G. Me too, Nikki, girl. It was scary, Nikki. That thing scared me because I've never had anything like that happen. And what my problem is, if I can't control it, it's something that I couldn't control. So that's what really scared me. And sometimes, guys, even though Miss April loves the Lord, believes in God with all my heart, knows that God is my healer, knows that He is my all in all, when you get in those kind of places, when you get in that kind of a situation, sometimes you're so caught up and so sick that you can't call on Him, or you will, but sometimes you can't. And that was what it was for me. So I'm grateful that my daughter showed up and showed out. And I'm just grateful for that she was able to be there to pray for me. Also to to call my family to tell them to pray. They were Thank you, Nikki Boo. My family was calling me off the hook, y'all. And then also, guys, my daughter mentioned this to me. Hi, beautiful broken Jay Gill. I love you, Jay Gill. Jay Gill said, "Oh, Miss April," when I said that the other day. And I've been praying for Roz. Roz is such a sweetheart, guys. God has her. I have a piece about Roz. But when I was going through what I was going through, what I need to tell y'all is, I was hearing Roz saying that these people were acting like they're causing this to her. They are not. For them to say that is just so asinine. And what they better worry about is when something comes down the pike for them. They're too busy focused on what's going on with Roz. God got Roz. God has her in the palm of his hands, and he is taking care of her. And what is happening, I see Roz's faith in God growing as a result of this happening. I don't see that for a lot of other people that are so busy harped on her. So that's a blessing because it helps me. When I was going through this, guys, I thought about some of you that have shared some things that were going on with you physically, and then seeing Roz, taking care and handling. I love how she says, "I don't care what's going on. I'm going to the doctors." That's me. If something's wrong, I'm not ignoring it. You understand? You don't want to, but it's your body. So they don't have to tell me twice to change my eating. When that happened, Miss April's changing her eating. I'm not eating no more lemon no more lemon pepper tenders. But I'm really not sad, guys. That was so traumatic that I don't care if I ever have another one in my life. They could, I don't want no more. You understand? That was rough. But I am back to myself almost 100%. My voice, it is. I couldn't talk at all. Yesterday was the first day that I actually, when I started talking, realized I can talk, and I'm not going to tax myself too long. I've been on here 28 minutes. I just wanted to come and check in with you guys. Thank you so much for the prayers. I absolutely appreciate the love. I feel the love. I don't care what nobody says. This is Miss April. I don't care what anybody says. I feel the love from the sister circle, from the Raw Squad. I feel the unity when the unity and the support when Roz goes live. Roz was the first one when I posted what I posted. It's almost like, we connect spiritually, don't we, guys? She was the first one that posted when I made the post about what was going on about my voice. I didn't go into depth why it was like that. First person, she said, "I love you, sis." And that is a healing. So nobody will ever, hi S. Dot, thank you for being off up in this thing. Thank you for loving my TikToks. I even did one when I was not feeling well. I was looking crazy though. I said, "Oh, Miss April, you got to chill." You got to chill, girl, because you looking rough. But thank you for being off up in this thing for 4 whole months. And you said you love hearing my lives and TikToks. Yes. So what I know, guys, is there is genuine love over here. Genuine love. And that is a healing in itself. That will help a person get through some things. You understand? I talked to my sister. Y'all know my brother passed. And getting back to what my daughter said. My daughter said, Mom, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. Your brother, your daughter, you got a lot going on. She said sometimes we don't realize the anxiety and the stress that is going on in our life. We don't realize it. She's absolutely right about that. Because for some reason, when all of this happened, it showed me how intensely the passing of my daughter has affected me. And it will affect you physically, guys. It will. You understand? Because they were our family, our children were a part of us. Anybody in our family, any passing of any loved one. That's why, like I said, and I'll say it again, and I'll always say it, the people, and yep, it's me. Kudos to the people that will stand up for what is right, no matter what. They will stand up for what is right, no matter what opposition comes. That's what it's about. That's what life is about. That's where your blessings come in. It doesn't matter what people say. Wrong is wrong, right is right. When it comes to the back and forth, guys, y'all know how Miss April is, and I'll even laugh about things. I'll even, interact with that. But when it comes to those evil, there's a big difference between the go back and forth and the just wanting some stuff to happen to somebody, some demonic behavior. You understand? But like I said, I absolutely know that nobody has no power but God to do anything or to affect somebody's life like that. Nobody has that power to do that. And when I was tickled, I heard her addressing BYB, and she was calling her by her name. And that I was quite tickled by that and I liked it and I admired it because she spoke the truth. The truth will set you free. I'm a firm believer, guys, because of the things that happen that we go through when one of our children passes, or what we experience physically, mentally, and spiritually. And because of the love that God has for us, I honestly believe that people that make fun of that specific thing are going to give an account for it. I believe either when they're standing in the judgment, before the judgment, and they have not repented of it, they're going to give an account for that. You understand? Is it worth losing your soul or your life? Is it worth all of that? Is saying that to someone worth that? That's insane to me. That lets you know that people don't value their self, Okay, in that kind of a way. I see Yo-Yo. I just want to make sure. Thank you, Yo-Yo, for the jewels again. Thank you, Miss LaWanda. Thank you. I see you, Tater. I just scroll back up, guys, because I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, April. Yeah, you hear me, Dana. But it's better, girl. Look. Let me get my tea, matter of fact. Oh, I done spilled my tea on the side. Hold on. And I've been using honey, no sugar. I ain't playing, y'all. I ain't playing. A whole straight week, my whole diet has changed. And I'm going to keep it up. And if I start talking about, now my sweets, I'm going to have to work with that, sis. I got to figure out some sweets that I can work with, that'll be okay for me, because I like sweets. I do. Cookies. I like cookies. I like soft cookies. So I got to find something that, or I think everything in moderation. My sister said, be careful of stuff that will constipate you, like cheese. Oh, I like cheese, y'all. but I'm scared to eat cheese. Anything with cheese. You know, I made a big thing of tuna salad yesterday because I heard Davion talking about it, y'all. It's fire. It's good. I put, I diced up sweet onion in it. I just put a lot of ingredients. Egg, I put egg up in that thing, off up in that thing. And baby, it is so good on bread. It's so good on crackers. So, you know, and I used the mayo, the avocado oil mayo, and not a lot. You know, I'm really trying to do this thing, guys. So watch Miss April. I might start losing some pounds here. Thank you, Dana, for my 30 jewels. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nikki G, for my thing. I appreciate you guys so much. Working and listening. Okay, Yo-Yo, my love. Let me see. Okay, I got 22 likes. Thank you guys for blessing me today. My potato boo decides fried food. I read that. Doing it for 5 weeks and I see and feel the difference. I'm glad you said that because I want to see the difference. My next thing is working toward quitting smoking. That's my next step, guys. Quit smoking the Newport. And you know, Dana, that ain't helping my throat either, honey. That's how hard I threw up. That's how violently I vomited. It like, oh. It was so, hi, my sister Marianne. Hi, Simon Pota. Blessed Dynasty, April Love, you're absolutely right. And I know this, Blessed Dynasty. Girl, that touches my soul. That touches my soul. April Love, you're absolutely right. We genuinely love and care about each other over here. We do. And let me finish reading this. We truly have a sisterhood unmatched. You better speak it, girl. I'm pinning you. And I can feel the genuine love every time I'm in any of the chats. So can I. That is one of the things that I know our sister Roz knows. I know she has to know that because of the love and support that she gets, guys, people don't like that. She has people that are unwavered. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing nobody could say they gonna ride. They riding and ride or die. You understand? They genuinely love Roz. You understand those things? People don't like that, especially people that don't have that kind of love in their real life, off of YouTube and on YouTube. That it's real and it's genuine, and you see it. It don't, you know. And I'm not saying that their supporters, other supporters. I'm not saying other content creators, supporters don't like them or love them. I'm just saying the way it is with our sister Roz, it's unmatched. It just is. And because I feel that way about her. I'm not going nowhere. Miss April not going nowhere. I'm content. I'm happy over here. I don't care what they could talk about my little numbers. My little numbers is big numbers to me. Okay? I don't need a lot because I got much. Okay? Oh my God, what a cliche. I don't need a lot because I got much. Believe that. But I do know that there is genuine love. Hey, Mukata, Bruce Shillingsworth. Guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit those 3 dots, turn that notification bell black. You will be notified when I go live, post something, or my shorts. Go check my TikToks out. Hey, Bama, baby. Bama, your grandson is he a handful, ain't he? But because he's a boy. But he's so cute. And your son is handsome. I didn't know your son was fine like that, girl. I did not know this. You got beautiful children. You do, Sheena B. Sheena B in the house. I sound like Barry White now, Sheena. Let me do like Barry White. You ready? I'm about to do my robot. Sheena B in the house. Wait, I'm so silly. I'm gonna go real low. I ain't gonna do the robot though. Sheena B's in the house. Sheena B's in the house. Ow! Royalty Queen. Hi, my beautiful doll. Hi. I love you, Royalty Queen. I love your picture. Oh, you're so cute. And looking like a sister. Like you could be, you know how they tell us we look like our children, they think we sisters. That's you beautiful girl. Cause I thought it was your daughter. You know I did. Royalty Queen said 100 people say anything to try to tear us apart, but it's up to us not to let them. That is exactly right. Love covers, it says in the Bible, Royalty Queen, love covers a multitude of sin. When people genuinely love each other, genuinely, nothing will move that. You understand? Nothing will move that. Nothing will shake that. People are going to go through things in life. I mean, you're going to get feelings about things. Family members do. Guys, I told you guys, I did not go to my brother's homegoing. It was in Pittsburgh. I didn't feel guilt, but I felt it was hard for me not to feel like my family expected me to be there. You understand? Even though they didn't say this to me, they didn't say you need to be here, or whatever. If there's any reason why you can't, we're gonna, you could still come. Don't let nothing stop you. I told them I can't. I don't. I'm not. I went. He requested that we all come before he passed, and I did that. And going up there to his homegoing was too much for Miss April, and I knew it was. I don't have any regrets for that. Me and Todd's relationship was beautiful. You understand? It was precious. It was special. I have good memories with my brother, good memories. The thing that is going to be most difficult is the missing of our loved ones. That is what is difficult. On the times when you just want to pick up the phone to call them and you can't do that anymore. He's resting. He is no longer suffering. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, God. But missing him will be the thing. And I know you guys that have lost loved ones can absolutely relate to that. So we learn to cherish our family members and our loved ones. But like I said, getting back to, hi Starburst, hi baby, broken but unbroken. I see you guys. Hi S. Dot. Thank you guys for coming. I have missed you guys very much. I'm going to do an hour. I have missed you guys, and I shared earlier what had happened to Miss April last week. And by God's grace and mercy, I am still here. God said it wasn't my time. I'm grateful for that. I still have things to do. I still have something to give, and I'm grateful for that. Today is just an attitude of gratitude for life. I'm so grateful. This is what YouTube does for Miss April. No matter how much of the back and forth, because you guys know I really don't listen to it, and I know sometimes I do. I'll go and listen every now and again. I'll go whatever, but for the most part I don't, because this is funny to me that people would think, they try to bully the supporters. They're so angry at us for loving someone. Make that make sense, guys. That just goes to show you the mentality and the caliber of people in life. To be mad because you support someone or love someone Make that make sense. So that's how I view it. Anybody that doesn't like that or tries to bully or intimidate, I see a lot of that on here. I see a lot of content creators and other supporters try to intimidate other people to not support other people. That's ridiculous. People are grown. We grown up. We grown out here. Calling the names, doing all that stuff. Hey, Chris, thank you, baby, for being a member for 4 whole months, boo. Love you, son. None of that stuff phases me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do when I do it, okay? I'm going to follow who I want to follow when I follow them, okay? I'm going to give accolades when I want to give accolades, okay? All right? Because Miss April is a grown woman. She going to do what she going to do, okay? I answer to no man. I answer to God. You understand? If God tells me something is wrong, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. But you telling me or you calling me names and calling us names and all trying to threaten us and intimidate us into being quiet or calling us whatever because we follow somebody, how you sound? There's too many little G's running around on YouTube, seriously thinking they got power. You don't even have power in your own life, let alone trying to have power in somebody else's. What in the world? But God loves you too. And he'll give you a chance. He'll give you chance after chance after chance. But when he's done, he's done. It says, whom he loves, he chastens. God is married to the backslider. God loves the unlovable. He died for everyone so that we all could have life. So this love is offered to all of us. That's why I don't buy into none of the garbage that them people is selling. Because love is available to us all. You just want somebody else's. You're coveting, you're envious, you're jealous of another person's blessings from God. Talk to him. Talk to God about it. We have the right to express loving our lives. We have the right to brag about it if we want to. It's our life, honeys. What's wrong with y'all? And to constantly tell someone, they constantly telling Marjanae, dropping in her chat, in her comments, in her replays, you sure have a lot of time to be on YouTube. It's her business. Why are you worried about how much time she spent on YouTube? She's paying her bills. What are you worried about that for? That's not your business. If a lawyer shouldn't be, you don't tell people how to live their life. Are you, what? Listen to yourself. Cuckoo. What's wrong with them, y'all? You be telling people how to live their life. You crazy, cray. That's crazy. Hi, Starburst, my beautiful. The nerve, Miss LaWanda. I be looking at them come. For you to be a lawyer, you sure be worried about what people say. She can make coins too. Y'all be trying to control people. And then you look ridiculous doing it. You don't run nothing in nobody's life but your own. That's a narcissist. That's narcissist. There is so much, I don't know how to say what's demonic and what's mental, because I believe severe mental illness, like when you're doing evil things and you don't see it, or you think it's okay to do evil, or like, because the people that are quote unquote normal or we're living our lives, we're grateful, we go through our stuff in life, we're not concerned with what other people are doing in their life. And if we are, it's because we're genuinely concerned about them. They are people we have have made them our tribe. You understand? People that are not, that we don't care to deal with, or we see some things in them, we will keep our distance because we're allowed. But we are not constantly worried and focused and trying to be hell-bent on destroying another person's life. You got to think about it, Miss LaWanda. Think about this. They are so, that one female is so engrossed 24/7 and obsessed with Roz and her family's life. Started out, she seen that she was making pretty decent money doing it. But because of her spiritual makeup, her mental makeup, and those things, it has become an obsession with her. And it's almost like it gives her life to do this. I honestly believe that she doesn't know any better, that she thinks this is okay. A lot of people think they say that people that are usually insane, they don't realize they're insane. Everybody else outside of them will see it. Even the people that care about them will see it, but they don't see it. And I believe that's the case with a lot of YouTube content creators. They are so deep in that because of, you understand, of what childhood traumas. They've not healed. They've picked up a lot of spirits along the way. You know, it could be generational, things like that. You know, but won't look at it. And a lot of them, I be saying to God, you be giving, how could you not give them glimpses of their life so that they could see their life? You show me. You be showing me what I need to work on and change, Lord. Why you let these people run amok like this? Show them their self. Let them see who they are. And but it ain't my business. God said, that's why I done told you, April, you stay focused over here. So I can't do nothing but to stay focused on April, you know. But that's my take on it. It's just, I feel, because anybody that focuses on somebody else's life, every move they make, every single move they make. Chrissy, y'all call her Pissy. Chrissy. My opinion of Chrissy is, Chrissy just wants to fit in somewhere and has been like that all her life. You understand? Doesn't have an identity, because we can be old people and not know who we are. It takes work to look at within yourself, to learn who you are. And I just see her as a person who has not done that in life. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it, you know? They don't mind doing anything for a piece of change, and that's the truth. Starburst, that is the truth. The love of money is the root of all evil. They say the love of money. This has gotten, like I said, it started out, Roz is the hot topic. If there are so many people that don't like her, or jealous, envious, think she's all that, whatever. Here's what I say. I thank God that I don't see her like that. Matter of fact, I see her quite the opposite of that. Roz is not perfect. Neither am I. I'm not looking to her to be perfect. It's not my job. Okay? But I know she's allowed to speak and say what she wants about her life and think her life is better than somebody else. Of course it's better than somebody else's. It's hers. What is wrong with people? You know? Chrissy tries to fit in. You know, I think she still talks about Roz because she wants coins, of course. We saw when Chrissy got jealous. I used to follow Chrissy, and I liked her. She reminded me, she looked sort of kind of like my aunt. You see, like the cheekbone thing? So I like Chrissy. But when I saw it turning and she started getting jealous of Roz, and that seems like it always happens on here, because we not secure in ourselves. Get your secure. I see that thing so clear. It could happen to anybody. It could happen to Miss April, but because Miss April continuously does the work on herself and knows my true blessings in life, and I don't have to be envious and jealous of someone else. Guys, I have my own. God has blessed me. You understand? And I know it's better to love on people and see their beauty instead of their, you understand? I don't want what somebody else has. I might have went through a phase of that in life because I didn't know any better, and I didn't want to do the work. You understand? But today I can honestly say I am okay with being, where I am. I'm okay with my channel. I'm okay. I don't have to, you understand what I'm saying? And some people just can't do that. They let the envy and jealousy overtake them, and then they get mad about it. They know they messed up. A lot of them know they messed up because it was something as simple as they could have worked on it. If they saw it, admit it and keep it moving, and know that it's a trick of the enemy. If you want to pay attention, it'll cause you to miss out on your blessings. I hope I'm making sense. I don't like bullies. I don't either, Leslie Cole. I do not like a bully. I'll beat a bully. I'll bust them down. Because they got a lot of this, and that's all they got. I ain't talking to them or nothing. I'm going to just take it to them while they womp, 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 while they doing all that. I've done that many a times. I ain't doing that today. I ain't got to. I just know a bully when I see one, and I am not intimidated by a bully. Matter of fact, I eat a bully for lunch. They be the ones, y'all. They be the weakest link. Them bullies be the weakest link, man. It's because of such great fear. And I'm going to read you, Leslie. Have y'all ever seen the movie Tombstone? When I think it was Billy Bob Thornton was in the gambling saloon, and Kurt Russell came in, and Billy Bob Thornton was bullying everybody. Give me your GD money. I told you. He's over there smacking people, and everybody's scared of him. Here come Kurt Russell. He says, pull that smoke wagon, chuck wagon, and use it, boy. And he smacked him in the face. He smacked Billy Bob, the bully. He smacked him in the face because he said, why ain't you got no people in here? He said, because him over there, he ran everybody up out of here. And Kurt Russell said something to the man that owned the place. He walked over to Billy Bob Thornton. He said something smart to him. And Billy Bob Thornton said, you could tell he was half scared. And then he said, what you going to do about it? That's what Kurt Russell said to the bully. So Billy Bob jumps up. Kurt Russell standing there, bam, B slaps him. He said, pull that smoke wagon or shut up. What you gonna do? That's what Kurt Russell said to him. He said, mister, you better stop it. That's what the bully said. Kurt Russell hit the other cheek. Bam, hit him on the other cheek. Pull that smoke wagon. Punked him down. And he ended up, look, mouth bleeding and everything. He said, get out of here. Don't you ever come back. That's what Kurt Russell told to the bully. So now Kurt Russell's out in the street talking to his people, Doc Holliday and everybody, his brothers. And here come the bully with a gun. And when he seen Doc Holliday said something to the bully. And then when he realized who Kurt Russell was he Wyatt Earp? Yeah, Tombstone, Wyatt Earp, I think it was. That's a good movie. I might watch that today since I'm talking about it. And when he realized, he said, leave that gun. They told him, leave that gun sitting there. He said, I'm sorry. He put the gun down. Bullies are the weakest link. That was the most powerful statement of what a bully really is, guys. That movie, if you never watched Tombstone, or if you watched it, you know the scene I'm talking about. That's one of my most favorite scenes in the movie. He says, pull that smoke wagon. He didn't call him a B because they don't call it, back in them days. And then when Doc Holliday said, "I'm your Huckleberry," see, I could have got down in the I could have got down back then, cause I relate to all of that. I'm your Huckleberry. He said, "Oh, I was just fooling." He said, "I wasn't." I love that movie, man. Let me read what my beautiful Leslie said. I don't like bullies. I've never seen grown old bullies like this ever in my life. Me either, Leslie Cole. I've never seen anything like this. Demonic evil demons are terrible, wishing death on people and their sicknesses. That is like a smoke screen, and that's what people. And here's the thing, Leslie, a lot of them are so serious. They mean it. Their lives are that bad. Because what has anybody on this have they, you understand what I'm saying? They mean that. But you can't keep being that way and talking that way and think it will not affect your life. What makes you think that you're not God, number one? And an account will be given. We all will give an account. That's the truth. And I stand by that, and I will not ever change that thinking. I know that that's what it is. It's just in God's time. He shows them, Miss April, they don't recognize the signs. And that's true, J. Gill. And hi, Paige Clifton. Hi, sweetie. I'm glad you're here. Let's rock. Pissy looks a mess with those string beans in her head. I have not seen her. I have not watched any of her content in months and months. The last time I went over there was months and months ago, and I was so tickled by that uncontrolled laughter that it sounded like this. This is what it sounded like. And that tickled me, y'all. So this is the last time I listened to her. Wait a minute. This is how she starts out. It's that high pitch sound. There she go. Let me play that again. That's how she laughs. One more time. That's the male. That was what I heard, and it tickled me, y'all. So, needless to say, I haven't been back over there. And if you listen, you'll hear it too. I mean, everybody we all got some kind of, like Sheena B got her special laugh. We love Sheena B. Sheena B's laugh will make you laugh. I got a weird laugh. I get one of them, gutter laughs in. Everybody got a unique laugh, but that's what her laugh sounds like. The last time I listened to one of her lives, that's honest. That's what I heard. And I'm not even being funny, y'all. Wait, I ain't even gonna smile. Seriously. Okay? That's what I heard. So I'll never forget that. I said, oh my God, she sounds like an elephant laughing. It was an elephant sound to me. Y'all silly. But now when you listen, you're going to be like, oh, some of the little sounds she makes sounds like that. You'll agree with me. It's undeniable. Hi, let me see. Let's rock. I see you, darling. Like, yes. Starburst, yes, honey. No, you better not stop laughing, Sheena. Your laughter makes me laugh. Like I be watching your lives, and your numbers are growing. You're at 700. We are going to celebrate when you get your up there. I checked it the other day. I said she slowly but surely, baby. So you just stay the course, okay? But no, your laughter, because I'll be listening to your replays and I'll be cracking up. Your laugh always made me laugh. Even Nelly said it. Your laugh makes people laugh. No, you better not change that laugh, girl. Bama said I couldn't. You couldn't stop it if you tried. That's what Miss LaWanda say, and not. She couldn't. She could not. I've been on an hour. I sure have, guys. I'm getting ready to get off. I was so blessed by Davion's live yesterday, guys. And when she was saying that about, hearing things that I would say, and it would be something she needed to hear. What I tried to do, for real, I try to speak from experience. I really do. I try to put myself in another person's shoes. You understand? I don't like they say that I'm a hypocrite or I judge. I really practice hard not judging another person. I give my opinion on what I think I see, and I'm allowed to have that, and I will always have that. Nobody will ever take that from Miss April. Period. You know, I'm going to say what I want. I think I'm very nice. I really do. I don't say a lot of things that I have wanted to say in the past and have not done it because somebody said, no, Miss April, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not that I wasn't going to come out here and say some crazy stuff, y'all. I just had people on the back end telling me, nope, don't do it, Miss April. So I listen. You'll be like, they right. So, you know, and yeah, you have a blessed day too, yo, darling. Tammy Nixon, hey, boo. I don't know if I spoke to you. But Bama's theme song is laughing. She be laughing. She do be cracking up. She be laughing at them. That's pretty much me too. I think some of them, I got this post, I'm going to post it in the sister circle of how I used to respond to people and how I respond now. I be looking at them like, I'm telling you, I just be listening to them like, what? Who are you? You know, who are you? Who are you today? Jesus, help them. But what else was I getting ready to say? There was something I wanted to say before I got off of here. I am Jay Gill. I'll be cutting up sometime. Oh, I wanted to no, I'll do this tomorrow or another day. I want to talk about the definition of believe and how powerful believing something is. And I'll talk about that on another live. I just more so wanted to come update you guys on what's going on. Miss April does feel a lot better. Thank you guys for the prayers. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the blessings today. I appreciate you more than you'll know. It's time to get off. Let somebody else come. If you didn't hit the like button, don't forget to hit that like button. And I'm going to go see if I'm going to check out some TikToks, see if I can do a couple funny ones. Okay, my guys? Uh-oh, I sound like Coco. All right, and if I missed anybody, please charge it to my head, not my heart. I do genuinely love you guys, and I have missed you. You guys are good for the soul. All right, talk to y'all later.